So the A of the present planted the sacred sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense now.
No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
Time was moving forward and backward at the same time.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing.
Okay, I think I understand a bit of what she was saying now. Eternity in essence would be an infinite amount of time, unending time. So it would mean to exist throughout this course of time, because you exist all the time, every time. So because you exist all the time, every time, you are everywhere within time and thus able to influence time? Yeah.
Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
True.
I know what you mean. Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all.
Istaroth? A higher power. Istaroth. So, I finally got something that feels like it's alluding to things on a much grander scheme than what we are dealing with right now, right? Ishtaroth is supposedly the name of a higher power, or someone or some being with a higher power. So, the only thing that I can think of that has a higher power than the Archons are the beings from Celestia, as Venti said. The beings from Celestia are those that have ascended Tevat and entered into the realm of the gods. So Ishtaroth has to be one of those, and if possible, might be the one that brought us to this place. You know, the heavenly principles lady from the beginning? So either that lady or one of the people or one of the beings that are like that lady are Ishtaroth. That's the conclusion that I can come up to with the available information I have right now. But then the question is, why would this Ishtaroth, I'm used to saying Ishtaroth, I don't know why. Why would this Ishtaroth involve themselves with this kind of situation? Was it because of Makoto? Because it seems like Makoto had received some kind of, how do you call it, enlightenment, right? Her being able to manipulate time the way she does. So with her receiving this kind of enlightenment, she might have been in the sights of this Ishtaroth. She might have been within the size of this Ishtaroth character, or this Ishtaroth being, and thus pulling them to this situation. Well, we will see. There's still a long way to go for me in the story, and there's still a long way for MiHoYo to go with the releases, because from what I understand, we're still in the arc with the Dendro place, Sumeru. There's still more nations left, and the place after the nations have been revealed. Let's see where it takes us.
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No, but I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than
The sacred sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
What?
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today.
Kitsune? Wait, I heard that name before. Isn't it the friend that she was talking about?
And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not?
Yeah, like 500 years?
Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you?
Is that significant?
At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. So it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma?
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty normal way to think, right?
But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
Yeah, the traveler always does a lot. I always do a lot for people, but so far, the only leads I've gotten to my sister from anyone is Zhangli and this Ishtaroth. Oh my god. Ishtaroth. There we go. This Ishtaroth name. That's it. Dainsleif, we don't count him because he's from Canria, right? I'm talking about people from these normal places.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Why does it show two options if I'm saying everything there? That's weird.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past.
I mean, it's not the first time, but it's still weird. They should stop doing that.
Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
I mean, you do like to bullshit a lot. You like to beat around the bush and do some trolling and...
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I I wonder, does that qualify me to maybe take the position of shogun for a couple of days?
No.
Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Oh, wait, that thing isn't done yet?
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key.
Yeah, the eternity has various implications and meanings, so stasis isn't really one way to define eternity, right? Eternity is just an unending, a flux of something, right? A continuous motion, continuous repetition, continuous unending thing. So even the aspect of unending itself can be an eternity. You just need to find what exactly it is that you're looking for.
I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma.
True.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Sakura Dream. Dream Sakura. Okay. Wait, is the quest done? Am I done?
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Oh, okay, I'm not done yet. About the challenges.
Abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. It would be folly to say that it will be all positive, and there will be no negative repercussions. For example, I can foresee the outside world posing a threat to Inazuma's businesses. These are the issues that I must work to solve.
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientiously. I've only got as far as wondering whether I'll be able to sell entrance tickets to the Grand Narukami Shrine in the future.
Honestly, Miko. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
About the gaze of the gods. Yes, this is something I need to pay attention to.
Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the people of Inazuma. I always assumed it was because that was her duty. But now, I see that hers was a gaze full of delight and hope. It was not just a duty, but a joy, too. She loved humanity very dearly.
If the people of the past deserve the gods' attention, then so do the people of the future.
Indeed. No longer will I ignore their passions and dreams. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them. To put it bluntly, it was constant torture, with no end in sight.
Wow.
Faced with an endless battle, I had to remain focused at all times. Had my concentration lapsed for but a moment, the Shogun's blade would have taken my life.
Yeah, I was only doing one final fight but she took on that weird form with the arms and the thing.
Safe to say, were it not for my previous experiences in combat, my skills would not have been up to the challenge. I would most certainly have been defeated.
True.
And through it all, you also had your part to play.
How?
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
The damage. Oh, right. There was stuff attacking the tree and the roots and the bleeding and the sap and the foxes, or was it the wolves?
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I will be sure to remind the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions of their duties in this regard. It's not only the monsters that I am worried about. I'm concerned about what else might escape from the sacred Sakura.
But then the quest is over, but we didn't fix the main issue of the main issue that I started out with, right? Because I started out by going to kill the foxes? The wolves? Why do I keep calling them foxes?
That's a tough one, all right. There's plenty more besides memories held in the ley lines.
Since you clearly understand, perhaps you could think about making an effort too. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Well, let's see.
Yaimiko said nothing of the sort, and the traveler has some nerve making up spurious claims about her while she is still present.
Yeah, I knew it.
Some words are not to be passed on. Trust me, you don't want to know the cost of betraying me. Just think of the things I said to you as our little secret. Understood?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Ooh, I suddenly want some fried tofu.
Yeah, nice change of subject.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
I don't think I learned anything substantial from this. As compared to Venti, Venti told me a lot. I might actually start liking Venti compared to these other Archons, you know. Because he actually told me a lot. He told me about the Gnosis, the Allogenes, and the Ascension to Celestia. While Zhongli only told me that he's bound by a contract or something. I need to review those again. She hasn't really told me much. But I guess she wasn't there, so it's not her fault, right? It just feels like she doesn't know much outside of Inazuma, which is the point, I guess. Well, let's wrap this up. I guess that's it. I guess we're done here. Well, see you next time, I guess, for the next quest. The search continues.